Warner Brothers is about to ruin the DCU before it's even able to get started, and it's something we've all been suspicious about ever since James Gunn announced the new Superman movie. Who is going to be the new Batman? And why in the world are we about to have two different Batmen on screen at the same time? Comrades, be ready to say goodbye to the DCU because it's currently being rumored that Robert Pattinson is going to be our new DCU Batman. Are you good? How in the world is this even possible? Well, in this video, we'll break down the possibilities of Pattinson and Superman in the same universe and why it's actually a terrible idea. But if you stick around to the end, we'll also tell you something that I haven't heard too many people talk about and that not many people are considering. But for context, in the past, James Gunn has made it very clear that Pattinson is not involved with the DCU. The Batman universe is strictly based on Matt Reeves' vision, and he's in charge of that. It's gone so far as Matt Reeves saying that Batman in his universe is not fighting anybody fantastical. So that means no Poison Ivies, no Banes, no Killer Crocs. But now Jeff Snyder, who recently broke the scoop on the whole Green Lantern casting, announced that David Zaslav, the owner of Warner Brothers and DC, is strong-arming James Gunn into making Robert Pattinson the definitive DCU Batman. And this is where the problems come in. Welcome to another episode of Kaylex Encounter, and if you've been here before, Kaylex.
Listen, you know how I feel about that. Have no problem with Pattinson. Love the Batman. I think it's a great movie. As our Batman, though, like the mainline Batman, you know, like that guy, you know, like honestly, do you genuinely see in any shape or form Pattinson punching Superman? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I want my I need to be like, yo, that Batman will literally punch Superman. You get what I'm saying? That's what I need from my Batman. But my main problems with Pattinson is, well, for one, he's not that great of a fighter. It would have to be a major time skip, and bro would literally have to dip from Gotham to get some actual training from somebody for him to be my Batman.
And that becomes the whole thing of what James Gunn is setting up. Ra's al Ghul is going to exist in the DCU. He has to.
Oh, Mr. Freeze. What if we get Ra's al Ghul as the villain for Batman 2? That'd be hard, right?
I'm not gonna hold you. That would be pretty dope.
Another thing, I also need my timeline to make sense. I don't want you just throwing shit together for shit's sake, you know? This also collides with the fact that James Gunn already told us and he established Batman and the Joker are Elseworld products.
Yeah, just say films, bro. I don't like that you just said products. Yeah, just say films. That just made me mad uncomfortable.
They are Elseworld films. Okay, I'm sorry. So I just think it's weird that bro went out his way to announce like, yeah, we're gonna keep those separate. They're in their own little space. But no, now they're canon to the mainline story.
If something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds.
I don't want Pattinson to be the DCU Batman. But even back in July, I remember we did this on the pod episode on our Patreon, right? I remember I randomly pulled up to the stew and I was on a drive and I was like, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that DC is going to make Pattinson the new Batman. And you were like, nah, don't spread that juju here.
Yeah, up in arms, like.
Yeah, and I'm like, look, I don't agree with it, but technically it could still work. Now, hear me out. This is why the Batman in the DCU might be able to work. The dates still kind of match up. So currently the Penguin's going on and you could see when Falcone dies and when Alfredo, that's what they call him, Alfredo. What was that? Alfred?
Alfred?
When Al dies, right? Their tombstones say 2022. The events of Batman technically also takes place of 2022. So that means that the Batman Part 2 might be taking place, what, 2024, 2025? The Batman could work in the DCU because we're going to see Superman in 2025. If you compare the styles of the Batman versus what it looks like the Metropolis set is going to be for the Superman movie, it looks like that's the perfect contrast that you would want. Comic book Batman Gotham and comic book Superman Metropolis. Now here's another thing for you. James Gunn announced Batman Brave and the Bold, which would be the whole Damian storyline. Well, Damian is gonna be too young if we go into that universe, but if we started the universe off with the Batman, by the time Brave and the Bold comes out, it's gonna be what, 2028, 2030? Damian's gonna be a teenager. We would be able to have a Teen Titans movie by then. But then I think we also forget, when we got Iron Man 1 was mad grounded, bro was in a cave, built this super heavy clunky armor. We would have never imagined that this dude would be out in space fighting Thanos. And so for that reason, the Batman is technically already a really good movie in and of its own.
I would counter. My problem here is the Penguin, if I'm being completely honest.
Okay, why is that?
I feel like it could have, the Battinson being the mainline Batman, it could have worked. But the Penguin causes too many issues. I was gonna say, the Batman has no real dates for us to go off of. Make the sequel, instead of the whole Dr. Freeze, make it Ra's al Ghul. That can give us our Talia and our whole Ra's al Ghul situation, especially because I want the whole fantasy shit in my Batman. Use Ra's al Ghul as a way to introduce like a fantastical Batman.
The best Batman to me is Ben Affleck. People can say whatever they want, but that was the closest to a Batman that we've gotten. Obviously, minus all the guns and all of that extra stuff, but
I was fine with that.
Nah, if we're gonna be like true Batman,
he was the closest to an Arkham game you could ever get.
Yes. There's a fantastical look to the Batman. And I think that's why, even though a lot of people might not realize it, that's why Ben Affleck's Batman worked so well. Cause it's like, there's no way 6'3", 300 pounds of muscle is up on the ceiling moving that fast,
Nah,
bro.
bro's in the
There's
corner
no
like-
way. There's no way.
He said, I hope you don't see me.
Bro, you're not doing that, bro. But that's what makes it so dope. And I would like to see that, but I think that Pattinson could grow into that. My thing is, I don't know if Pattinson or Robert Pattinson would want to stick around for that long. 2 Batmen on screen. I actually don't have a problem with that because this Pattinson Batman is fulfilling a need for Batman that we technically have not seen yet, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with the neo-noir detective 7, like I'm okay with that. But that also doesn't mean that I don't want my fantastical Batman. That just means that if you give me that other Batman, I don't mind you giving him the gray and blue suit. I don't mind you giving me super Aki and just out here doing nonsense. Like, you have to lean into that.
A 6'7",
You
250 pound doing backflips.
You
feel
see
me?
what I'm saying? Like, I think Batman or Pattinson can exist. I don't have a problem with 2 Batmen on screen.
I don't mind multiple Batman. I have a problem with a Batman movie every year on the big screen. You get what I'm saying?
Thank you for making a movie about
Utility Belt.
what?
The movie.
It might sound, you're gonna hate it at first, but just follow along.
I'm listening. I'm here.
Throw the Batman movies on Max.
You lost me.
Yeah.
You lost me.
I know. Now listen, the reason I say this is keep the main line on the big screen and put the Batman movies, release them, the Penguin, all that, the spin-off shits on Max. Now the reason I say that, and I knew you was gonna have a problem with it, is because those are big screen movies. They're beautiful. You want to see it on the big screen, right? Yeah, I know, but I feel like that's the only way to get it to actually make sense, and it won't confuse everybody, and you'll still be able to push it out more.
I hate that idea, bro. I understand it, but I hate it.
I'm not a fan of it either, but thinking of both sides, I think that's one of the best ways to make it work.
Yo, give me Alan Richardson, bro. My problem with Alan Richardson, bro, and I don't even mean to sound mean, bro. He's taking too much, bro.
Nah, let my
like,
boy
it's not
chill.
healthy, bro.
Let my boy chill.
Nah.
He's fine.
Nah, like, yo, he's taking too much, bro. Like, I look at photos and I'm like, bro, he's not gonna be around for too long, bro. Like, like, fuck. I'm genuinely concerned for him.
My boy is chilling.
We dropped our Joker review. Go ahead and click that, and we'll see you in the next encounter.
Peace.